another beautiful Sunday morning. The sun is saying, can you come out to play? Hey, hey. Should have saw it coming, should have caught the warning. But I took a
Hey, it is me, Wanda B, and you are listening to IntellectualRadio.com. And this is the He Says, She Says show with me, Wanda B. Got my team here. We have an interesting topic today. Okay, we're going to talk about can friends become lovers? Someone even asked, can lovers become friends? So we probably will throw that in there too. Oh. The super producer said, what about that? So I like to bring that in there too. So you can hear us on IntellectualRadio.com. You can listen on iHeart. We're an iHeart radio station. You can also listen to us on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube Live. Please subscribe to IntellectualRadio.com. You can also become a host. We'd love to have you here on the station here with us. And you can also listen on Spreaker, iTunes, a bunch of ways you can listen to the show. So please tune in. And then you people on Facebook Live who are listening, I would love for you to join in the conversation. Tell us your story. If you had a friend that became lovers, or if you think it absolutely cannot happen once, or the friend zone even, because as I was looking this up, a lot of things came up with the friend zone and the friend zone spot with friends and lovers and that sort of thing. So I like to kind of mesh that all into one. So we're going to have a brief moment with our sponsors and get into our conversation. So stay tuned, please. And if you want to call in, 708-223-8953 and let us know what you think. We'll do that too. So we'd love to hear from you.
This
you send me swing.
Stokely is coming to town.
Oh, you send me swinging.
The Mayfield Family Foundation presents a benefit jam starring Stokely. Stokely, formerly of mint condition, delivers the goods Saturday, August 12th at Governor State University's Center for the Performing Arts. Stokely with actor-comedian A.J. Johnson, a.k.a. Easel from the movie Friday.
Oh, I'm suing y'all. I want $150. So we can settle out of court right now for $20.
Get the good stuff. Stokely, Saturday, August 12th at Governor State University's Center for the Performing Arts.
You know everything's aligned, we eye to eye. I never let you go.
Get your tickets lined up today at MarskyMusic.com or call 708-748-7610. That's 708-748-7610. Proceeds benefit the Mayfield Family Foundation.
Bab Savage and Savage Entertainment presents Soul Smash Chicago. London, Philly, and Chicago come together to bring you the Soul Smash of the summer.
Saturday, August 19th, 7 p.m.
Doors open at 6 at the Harold Washington Cultural Center, 4701 King Drive.
Starring the Delphonics,
The Independents,
Bab Savage,
Ricky Rainbow and the Empress of Funk,
Chick Rogers,
Theo Huff,
Slick,
KTP Band,
and Rob Willis.
Tickets are available at Eventbrite.
All PLS and My Currency exchanges.
The 3 locations of Dress to Impress
And BabSavage.com.
It's Soul Smash Chicago.
Saturday, August 19th, 7 p.m.
Harold Washington Cultural Center, 4701 King Drive. It's the event of the summer, so get your tickets today.
Okay, you guys, you're listening to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com. We're an iHeart radio station, and we are talking about today, can friends become lovers? Should friends become lovers? If you're your friend, should you stay in that zone? So I'm happy to have today here my guests, my co-host, my right-hand man to my left. But guess what? Wait, I have to do something quick. It's his birthday, so we have for him an intellectual radio mouse pad. I know you want one. I know you're jealous. Happy birthday.
I'll be 23 tomorrow.
23 again.
23 again. Yes. My people love me. Thank you so much. It's always the thought that counts. People don't get it. I'm humble.
So happy birthday. And then I have the man. Oh my goodness. You have just so many movies. I was happy to be at your premiere last fall of Not Another Black Movie. We have the infamous none other than J. Davis TP. What's the TP stand for? You gotta tell them.
Think positive.
IntellectualRadio.com.
He's quick on his feet.
Definitely. TP, think positive. See, that's what we do here. I like that, Jay. You gotta listen to the Jay Davis show too. He has his own show as well. Check out his movies, because aren't they at you can get them from Family Video?
Yeah, Not Another Zombie Movie and Shots Fired are at Family Video, Best Buy, Walmart, Target for all the bougie people.
Well, I shop at Target. And then Nikki, hello Nikki.
Back for the second time.
I guess. So, and then Nikki,
they must have liked me.
Absolutely.
And she comes up with the hot topic. So our topic today is brought to you from no other than Nikki.
Yeah.
I think last week on our show, what did we talk about last week? It feels like long ago.
The love triangle.
Love triangle. Yes. And during that, we kind of went into
the menage.
The menage a trois. And then we got into friends becoming lovers. We said that's next week's show. So that brings us back to where we are today. So thank you guys for being here. You know, we always like to bring you the he's and the she's. So for he said, she said, here on IntellectualRadio.com, we got the guys who will give you the male perspective on these topics.
Absolutely.
And then Nikki and I will round up the she's.
Right.
So, okay. So, and also you guys on Facebook, let us know what you think when we start talking about. So what did you think, Nikki? Why did this come up? What did you think of when you thought of this?
So I think with the whole friends becoming lovers sort of thing, I think we have to think of like a foundation of like how we get into our relationships and kind of like where that starts. And is it even really possible for friends who are legitimately friends, not associates, but legitimately friends, can they really transition into that space? And can it be emotionally healthy? Should it not work out? So, you have to think of those components before you even decide to meddle in that space. It can get really messy and muddy. So just kind of the idea of, is it really something that to do? Is it really something that they should consider?
But don't you? Okay. So a lot of people say you should be friends in order to get in a relationship. So where's the line between becoming friends so you have that healthy relationship?
See, I think, I don't know, just me personally, I think that your friendship develops in the relationship. It becomes a special part of your relationship. But just my personal experience being a friend and then becoming a lover and then it not working out, it really destroys what you had, the special friendship that you had before. It's hard to go back to that, especially if they start dating someone and you don't particularly care for that person and things can get really, really messy. So I see a friendship, yes, it's good to develop a friendship during the relationship because you do have to legitimately have that space. But if you look at the definition of a friend, it says exclusive of sexual interaction or exclusive of that intimacy. So really, are you then friends if you're sexually intimate? So friends, per the definition, really excludes this idea of being in a relationship.
You think so?
I'm just going based off of, what Webster is telling me.
That's like what they said about
that's
friends.
What you're right. So like how we're using the term, it depends on how we're using the term friend. Like some people use it interchangeably with like an associate, but it just depends on how you're using the term.
So what friends with benefits are friends?
Are friends with benefits. There's no relationship. You just getting the benefits frequently.
That's pretty cool.
Friends with benefits
I sign up for that all the time.
Friends with benefits is cool because you don't have to worry about all that relationship stuff. You getting what you want, and that's it.
All ships were relationships. They're just not in a committed relationship. Clearly, there's some romance. So there is a romantic relationship there. Friendship category. And so I don't want to, get stuck on definitions of words and things of that nature. We can dive on into the topic. I think friendship is a beautiful thing. In relationships, a lot of times people feel, an issue. A lot of things can be an issue, but when there's friendship, there seems to be a level of freedom. I know the female friends that I have, I can tell them the good, I can tell them the bad, even the ugly, and I have no worries. It doesn't matter who I date, it doesn't matter who I sleep with, it doesn't matter what occurs. The friendship is still there, it's solid. If I don't talk to them for 3 months, 4 months, everything is still the same. Whereas in relationships, everything is conditional. Everything is dependent on how well you treated me yesterday, and how much, if you text me or any little thing, sometimes can cause a rift. And so I'm like you, Nikki. I believe that, sometimes trying to go into a romantic relationship can ruin the friendship. And so I've had friendships with women that the friendship grew my attraction towards them, but I valued having somebody that I could be really honest with, and somebody that could really be honest with me. And I didn't go down that road because I was afraid of losing that, just like you said. In some cases, I still lost it anyway because they were mad because we didn't go to romantic situation. But bottom line, the friendship is what keeps things together, even when some of the dynamics of the relationship temporarily fall apart. And so I think if you can get it right, it's perfect to have both.
I think that's a good point. I just wanted to touch on something that was just said, kind of this idea that if we're in a relationship, then we can't have that openness and that honesty, which is a shame. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as a friend, you can talk about anything, you can share anything, you can share your thoughts, anything related to that. But like when you become in a relationship, it's like it becomes conditional, which is really sad, I think. And I don't think that enough of us are really open to have that openness in a relationship because they're honesty. And a lot of people are afraid of being honest, which I think is really sad. Just as a side note to what we were just talking about.
I think that is a fact. You almost feel like when you're honest, they don't want to deal with the consequences of the honesty.
True.
And when you're a friend, there is no consequence to me being honest to you. You're not going to care if I tell you I saw this chick with a big booty and I told her she's going to high five you, and your girl goes, yeah, you did. But your girlfriend would say, what you doing looking at the girl with the big booty? So now you can't be friends the same.
Yeah. It's whack, but it's it's because of the judgment. I knew a young lady. She said, okay, in my past relationships, I used to let one of my exes come back once a year and hit it because that's my favorite sex partner, whatever the case may be. Now, how's she gonna tell her husband that? How's she gonna tell her current boyfriend that? She
What you say?
She's a winner.
She can only tell.
Remember, this is things
you're
positive.
That's why you say that.
Right. She can only tell me that because I'm the friend, and so a lot of people, it's sometimes it can be very difficult to be honest with somebody who has romantic feelings about you because they have this romantic filter in their ear where they don't hear things even the way you worded it. Sometimes they put their own spin on it because they're asking themselves, with everything that comes out of your mouth, how does this affect me? How does this affect our romantic relationship? And in a friendship, you have the freedom to not worry about that.
All right. That's a good point.
Hey, Jay.
I've seen it work.
Clean up, man.
I've seen it work.
Friends becoming
lovers?
Becoming married with a child. My brother-in-law and my sister were
brother-in-law and sister
friends. They lived on the same block for years. They used to talk about bad relationships and dating stories, and they were like, wow, we got a lot in common. Why don't we give it a shot? But they didn't tell anybody. The way I found out, they both got like strep throat at the same time. So that was the clue. Right. I'm like, wait a minute. And then they're like, yeah, we date. I knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But they were friends for at least about 7 years. And then they've been married for like going on 20 years.
Wow.
There it is.
So, okay. Do you guys know people that's happened to? I want to hear about that because I think it does happen. For me to remain friends, I think with some people, I need to not be attracted to you. And I think
that's hard. Do you hang out with ugly people?
No.
Good point.
You all ugly?
No. You walk around some random friendly ugly dude.
You don't have to be ugly for me not to be attracted to you.
You can have a lot of other things going
on. There's some very attractive people that I don't feel attracted to.
Right. Because what I'm attracted to is different. It's not physical a lot of times. So you may be a very attractive dummy, and I'm not really attracted to you dummy.
There's a lot of those out there.
Unfortunately. Cute on the outside, then you listen to them, you're like, what? So, sorry, friend. I'm joking. True friends too. No, I'm joking. Somebody thinking, is that me? No, it's not you. I'm not talking about you.
Get blown
Exactly.
Right. I have no friends after this. All my friends are cute and smart. All my friends are cute and smart. Oh no, it's getting worse. Never mind. I can't clean it up.
Let's just let it go. Let it go, Wanda.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So
A lot of times, like you said, like if you get to know somebody, and it's like I have female friends, and I know a lot of stuff that they tell me, and it's like. Like the details, like it's no way that I could date you ever.
once you know the secrets,
You know a
and I
lot.
don't think you give your significant other all of that information, right?
No, you don't. You don't want to know. I don't want to know everything. Like really, you kiss your kids with that mouth? Okay. Whatever you say.
I think that's the difference. And with Nikki, you mentioned being honest, but can you really be truly honest?
Some people can.
No, you can. I was in that type of situation.
You were truly honest with a significant other about everybody you had ever slept with, everything you've
told
ever
him your
done.
number.
That was what was very unique about us, was that we were very open and candid at a certain space in our relationship. And I mean that part of the relationship was beautiful. And when things kind of dissolved, it was difficult because like I felt like I would never have that again with anyone. And I desire that. I desire openness. I desire honesty. Because I would rather you tell me than for me to find out on social media or for me to find out from someone else or on the back end. Because if I'm going to give you that courtesy of my openness, you should be mature enough to work through that and to deal with it and to determine where we're going to go from there. I just don't think because of fear, a lot of people just aren't open to that. And judgment. And in judgment. And so it's a unique situation when you find someone that's willing to do that with you, and then to be intimately involved with that person and to tremendously be in love with that person is a very special and unique experience that you're really not going to find too frequently. But it's something that I think that most of us would want.
Would want to strive for.
Not everyone.
Yeah.
Because again, again,
TP. J. Davis TP.
He don't want to know all that goody stuff.
You don't want to know.
No.
I guess you just have to get a feel for the person that you're with to determine, are they really open to that?
I'm on both sides of the fence. I probably confuse you. I want to know, but
you don't.
I can't always handle it right there in the moment. I need time to process it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's okay too. Sometimes you just have to process, like, what exactly does this mean? Talk about it a little more. But ultimately, if you don't really know the person, do you really love them? Be that question mark. If you have these secrets that are hidden, that the person that you love and the person that loves you, you can't tell them, are you ever going to really feel like they love you completely? I always say to people, and I mean this truly, that if you don't let a person know who you truly are, how can they ever love you for who you truly are? And I don't believe that everybody will love you for who you truly are, but the person that's for you, they will love you through it all. And so, Tucson said one time that relationships, are work. And sometimes that's what you have to work through, the truths, the past, and get past all those things. And then I believe your relationship can be heaven, but you have to be willing to go through the hell of
people got some bad past out there.
Hey, I definitely got the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't we all
have skeletons though? Legit.
I have skeletons, corpse. I got everything.
So you got the whole haunted house. So
the good, the bad, and the super ugly.
Right. It's like what somebody could tell me. I'm like, oh, that's it.
He's like, I got a cemetery back here.
So you did what I did.
It may be more difficult for women because I think we try to hold women to a higher moral standard, especially when it's our women. We want you to be a saint.
Like guys can't handle stuff like that.
We're gonna go kidnap and bury all your exes.
Interesting point.
I think it is true that it's the opposite way, that you guys can be very honest with us. Women are kind of built to think you guys do more are more active than we are, but if you try to have that same conversation with a guy and next thing they're looking at you funny and their eyes are like, what, you did what?
Whatever number y'all give is too much. It's too many. Whatever number. No matter how old you are.
No. Right.
Oh, do I know him?
Do I know him? Right.
You know if they say 5, it's actually 10 though.
Right.
You do realize.
Right.
Maybe 25. It might be
like 5 or something. I don't know.
Too funny.
Thank you, everybody who's listening on Facebook. Tucson said it's just me, or did everyone lose the feed? Oh no, did that happen?
We're still getting
testing?
it. So I think
testing. Okay, and then Wanda said, I definitely understand that some of the honesty stops, but the friendship ends. Wait. Not if you're truly friends. I don't think if the friendship
just like relationships, they can be for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And so sometimes, a friendship ends and people will say, well, if it ends, then they never really were friends. And that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes y'all were friends for a season in the work, and then people evolve, they change, they grow, and sometimes it's in different directions, and the dynamics just aren't the same. And so, most of the women that I was friends with and the friendship ended, it was because of their relationship. They got in a relationship and the guy was like, you can't.
Oh, that's a whole.
That's not gonna work.
Right.
Yeah, and that's sad.
So I get broke up with because of that. Like, dude's like, we messed around one time before, and she was honest, and he's like, ain't no talking to nobody.
I can see
that's
that.
like that person has some self-esteem issues. Like, how are you gonna tell
that
someone
might just be his preference.
His or pride.
Cheated on before in that same situation.
Anything. Sometimes it's weird. I remember at one point I was considering getting back with an ex, and one of the discouraging factors was that our network was so mutual, and so so many people would have preconceived notions and opinions, and I just felt like to some degree it would be an uphill battle, and that just because of history people would be in our business. And so relationship decisions sometimes can be difficult in that regard. Relationships are, especially when they're new, they're like babies. They're very sensitive, especially to the outside forces in the outside world. So a guy can meet a new woman and be all excited about her, and then he run his friend. He like, John, I met this chick named Tina. I think she the one. And then John is like,
I know
Tina. Who used to mess with Bob? Man, do you know that? Da, da, da. And now all his courage, all his confidence in the relationship, and how she feel about him, all just went out the window with that one statement. And so that's why you got to build that friendship. That's why you got to tell that person. We grown now. We got to be able to have these tough conversations. We got to be able to share these tough truths, and sometimes we got to be able to accept it, even if it's tough. It's a process, but you can accept it. And we know that women weren't virgins before we met them, and they know that we weren't virgins before they met us. And so we got to man up. But I will admit, it's a process for me to man up about that.
It's like a shot of liquor when you hear that number.
Well, as long as you're willing.
Like, Lord, your baby daddy is who?
I've had it though where a guy has been very open and telling me stories. Something I think that's a story for your boys. That's not like the story you tell your girls. I'm like, whoa, you did what? What? I'm like, no, I don't know if I even want to know all the stories either.
Sometimes you got to generalize. Once upon a time, I was innocent. But that time has passed. Right? I've done some things, and just leave it at that, maybe. I definitely don't want to be sharing all my dirty details. It's like, I do dirt. Just know that.
Do dirt or did. Do and did is like.
He said it right the first time. I do.
Plead the fifth.
I do.
I don't know if you want to you do dirt. Everything is past tense.
Yeah.
Let's all be honest. Do.
I make everything at least 10 years ago. Everything I've ever done was at least 10 years ago if I share it on this show. Right?
Not true. No.
You're right. So I've had a friend, a male friend, that I was not attracted to, and I think that helped. I mean, I never had this thing like
his friend zone.
Yeah, and I think that helped our friendship.
Did he like you though?
I don't think so. He never told me. He never told me that. And I think that helped. I don't think you can. Is it really friends if someone is on the side longing to be with you? You all are friends, but one of them really wants to. That's not really.
You still might be a friend.
That's not a friend. That's like just somebody waiting in the wings.
Yeah,
for
just waiting
for
you to have a bad night. And
exactly.
5 shots of Heno.
I disagree. There are exceptions to the rule. There are men and women who can have an attraction to you, but also genuinely enjoy the friendship, genuinely want to be your friend, or even genuinely see friendship as the beginning of any relationship, and so be sincere in the friendship aspect of it. I mean, I don't end up dating or sleeping with or going into a relationship with every woman that I've ever been attracted to. Like, that's not something that you always act on, and a lot of times there are people who I'm attracted to who I know the compatibility is an issue.
Okay, well, let's not talk about you. Talk about a lot of people you know. Now,
more so
because you genuinely wanted the D. Just
okay, so yes, true be told, a lot of men and women will wait in the wings and play the friend role and pray that you come to them for consolement, and that transforms into something romantic or sexual.
That's
Absolutely.
what I mean. I do think, yes, that's not always true. We're gonna find the men that don't do that.
Exceptions to the rule.
But I think majority I know on the sidelines, like he did what, man? If they don't say if I was your man, but they really go in hard. Or the woman that goes in like, she did what? I would never do that. I would never do that. And she doesn't cook for you? What kind of woman don't cook for you? What kind of woman is that?
I'm speaking on my friends only. I don't have any male friends friendly with ugly women. They have some kind of attraction to the women. And they've told me this. Whether they pursue them or not, they're not just gonna hang out with an ugly woman.
Why?
They that's them.
Their preference.
That's their preference. It's just like in their mind they think maybe I can hit it at some point.
So they're not really seeking a friendship. They're seeking.
They can be friends. Some of them are friends, but it's like it's not. They want something else.
Boy, we some vultures out here. We some
I mean,
predators out here waiting in the bushes, just waiting for your relationship to hit a speed bump so we can jump in there.
Yeah.
Women do that too. We're better at that than you guys are.
I didn't know that.
You think women are better at it? Why?
Yes, because we can sense the emotion. Men are more, the mental, the physical, but we can sense where there's an emotional breakdown, and we just go in for the kill. Trust me.
Absolutely right.
We're very good.
Women
at
are smart, man. They have a wide
I won't charge you guys for that.
Women can be patient sometimes. They'll wait it out.
They'll wait out. Oh yeah.
Wait for your relationship to fail.
And then
jump
kind
right
of
in there
maybe
and
even
come to the
help
rescue.
Not for it to fail, but for it to be on the rocks for you to jump in and help it to fail.
I think so. I think they encourage what's wrong, or they not instigate, but really bring out the flaws in your woman. Like really make sure they emphasize for you what she's doing.
So does
wrong.
it work? Has it worked for you, Nikki?
Yes.
You'd be like, I know you like girls with big heads, but that's just you. I mean, I'm just saying.
Too funny. Has that worked on you, Jay? Has a woman who was your friend, she was sitting back chilling, and then when things went bad with one of your lady friends, they jumped on in and
it was like
pounced.
They used to roast her. Like they used to say some sneaky stuff. Like, I mean, I guess you just like stupid girls or something. Like, what? What do you mean by that?
But it had you thinking, like, is she really stupid? Like, dang, I missed it.
Right.
I never known you to not like girls that couldn't spell, but I don't know if you into that now.
So has one of your male friends ever worked for one of your male friends with you?
No.
Doesn't?
No.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to think. Have I seen
Well,
that work
I
a lot?
will say,
That
like,
seem like a great strategy.
It depends on like how many friends you have and like who your male friends are. Like most of my male friends, like I'm not at this age, I'm not getting any new friends. But most of my male friends are all married, all collective friends.
Okay.
I can't think of any like people that I consider friends that I would at this point cross the line with them, or even for them to recognize that I'm in this space for them to attempt to do so.
Are we friends or associates? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Do you know what's my middle name? then we'll be friends.
Well, okay, there it is. I have to find that out.
My favorite color, my middle name. Then we'll be
What
friends.
about you, Wanda? Has the sideline friendship thing, what are the dynamics you've seen in your interactions with people? You don't have to talk about your personal experience, but I know you've seen friends and things of that nature. You talk to women. Has the guy been able to slide in through the friendship door? Have women been able to slide in through the friendship door? Do you see that as a successful strategy? I guess is my question.
I see more women who it works for than men. Like women who are able to get the guy, because even if they don't want her for a relationship, they're going to do something with her because she's sitting on the sidelines waiting to get it. So he's going to take her up on it.
Right.
And I see more, and the guys just become ultimate friend zones.
Friend zone.
And there's even some women, and I'm not me, but there are some women who use that even to their advantage, which isn't always nice.
Women
they let that guy, they know you want him.
Taking dinners and letting you spend money on her, knowing she wants no relationship with you, but she is accepting every offer of everything, and then acts as if it's innocent, even though she knows he really likes her, but she acts as if she's innocent because he hasn't said it, so she's never really, and they know. And to me, sometimes I think that's wrong. I think if you know he likes you, whether he says it or not, leave him alone if you don't have the same interest. But they feel we're friends, and he knows we're friends, right?
I have a saying that I live by.
What is that saying?
The game is cold but fair. So it's cold because people can do anything, but it's fair because you can do anything too. And so in that regard, if you're buying this woman dates and you, with the intent of trying to sleep with her and it doesn't work out for you, you played that game.
Yeah.
Look, you
And
know,
that's true.
You can't be mad because it didn't work for you.
I mean, that would be cool if most guys thought that way.
If the guys were okay with it because they too,
Because they understood, they know what's the deal. They know what's up.
they still
Because
get mad.
Generally, who's gonna turn down? You want to take me, out to eat? Sure. Who's gonna turn down, free food and a good time?
I would turn
With somebody you
down
didn't want to
free
hang out
food
with and kick it with.
if I thought he liked me more than if he wanted more and was only doing it to, then I would say no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I would not.
Yeah,
and I don't need free food. I can feed myself.
I feel you, but I'm not gonna pass on no free food. I'm just gonna
You're not passing up free food.
I like to eat.
There it is. I've heard
so even if he goes, Nikki, I just want to be your friend, but he wants more, you're gonna go for the dinner.
See, I mean, just
yes. She answered that question already.
We're not judging you.
Yes.
Oh, where are we going to eat?
Jay, what you say?
It depends on where we going to eat.
Hey. I like tacos. That's what everyone says.
Pizza and tacos, you got her.
Oh, okay.
Right? This going down.
Have you ladies ever been in a situation where another woman tried to be more than friends?
Oh, look at
Nikki, do tell.
Sorry, no, I'm just processing what he said.
That wasn't a process.
Yeah, you processed it already. You processed it already.
Processed it with a yes.
It's 2017. Nikki, tell us the truth, baby.
Free love, come on.
No, I have not.
Or you
that is not true. I'm sorry.
See the smile.
We're not buying that brand, Nikki.
It was funny what he said.
We study people. We read body language. Everything has occurred.
Tell us.
I mean, I did in college. It was a very long time ago.
Oh Lord, that means it worked. That means it worked. That's what
It's like it's like because females we're so we're so huggy and we're like, girl, let's talk today.
Squeezing you when she's hugging you.
So sometimes we're just really friendly with each other more so than guys would, because people don't really see that as being homosexual or whatever.
Right.
But no, I didn't cross the line with that person. It wasn't something that I was interested in.
Oh, but she
Strictly for the D.
Well, was she interested?
Yeah, I was a pro. but
She was like, I'm gonna convert Nikki.
and there was no conversion.
There it is. She was adamant about that.
There was no conversion.
Let it be known, Nikki is
Strictly
a
for the
man's
male
lady.
anatomy.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, he is.
And amen.
John Bond said, I've got a beloved friend that I dated and it just didn't work out, but we became such good friends that I ended up. Okay, so you with Friend Zone. John Bond has a show here on Wednesdays, Off the Wall at 7 p.m. at IntellectualRadio.com. Make sure you tune in to Off the Wall with JB3.
Hey, John.
So Ron Jefferson said, it's quite different if you were friends that have been friends for a while and suddenly upgraded from the friend zone. Then for two people that initially wanted a relationship, they pursue friendship first. Longtime friends may be hesitant to lose the friendship, fearing relationship failure. But yes, friends can become lovers. Honesty, patience, and new level chemistry compatibility.
I'm gonna say sexual. So there was a woman who's attractive that I wasn't attracted to, and we developed a friendship. And the more I got to know about her as a friend, and the more we became friends, the more attractive she became to me. And I'm not gonna say we were gonna go all the way and be married, but I think the only thing that stopped things or slowed things down is that I went to college in Florida and she was in Chicago, in the distance or whatever the case may be. And so, you never know. Like a lot of times the initial attraction comes from what's on the outside, but long-term attraction a lot of times comes from, what's on the inside as opposed to just a person's look. So like Jay said, nothing against, I don't even want to call anybody ugly. But
there's just levels of attraction.
I find myself around attractive people. Let's just put it there.
That are attracted to you, because who's attracted to me, who I find attractive, someone else may not.
Mm-hmm.
So I like.
Now, some people it's just a fact.
There's
Wanda, who's gonna say you ugly?
Somebody will.
Somebody that likes other men, probably.
That's all I'm trying to tell you. Some people have they too far across the line. They might not say you a 10, but it's gonna be hard for them to throw a 3 or 4.
I don't think so. I think everybody has a taste in certain things. They may not like my complexion. They may like.
He's just not attracted to you. But to say you're unattractive,
right? To say you're unattractive is something completely different. Yeah.
Okay. that makes sense, I guess. I never thought of it that way. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in. We do appreciate you. Willenda, who's part of our team. Tony Brand, the Windy City Grays. A little bit later, I'll give you their schedules. You have to go out and see them play. They play on Mondays and Wednesdays. Ron Cousin, H. Bernard Luckett, all the way from Florida. John Russo. Nana, she's in Africa. I love when the people listen from Africa. Jody Fingers, Latonya Lane, she has just buzzing off. Got to check out her show. Dana Crown, Royals, JB3, Katie Lowe, Rhythm and Flow here on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. You got to tune into her. Daryl, Troy Tyler, thank you for tuning in. And I'll try to get to you all. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. Please let us know what you think about Friends Becoming Lovers. So we're here on IntellectualRadio.com. He said, she said, and we're talking about this situation. So I was married for a very long time to someone who I actually had never even thought of trying to be friends with. I had a goal in mind. I had Toussaint Werner's female ego enforced, and I had goals for my future. And so that
you just saw him and you're like, we're just gonna get married.
No, you're gonna do this.
No, we were friends, but not those kind of friends where I could share details that I could talk about my day with, that I could sit back. And I didn't realize that was important. I was in my 20s.
Oh, okay. That'll do.
And I mean, that was 27 years, 20-some years ago. So at that time, I wasn't even focused, and no one told me to like find somebody that was your friend. I was finding somebody who fit these.
Fit the mold.
Fit the mold. I wanted a house. I wanted the white picket fence. I wanted children. I wanted someone who would be a good father. I wanted somebody responsible. I wanted somebody. So that was that. And the thought of us being able to talk about everything didn't even come into play. I mean, we didn't need to talk. We needed to do this and do this and build and
a lot of secrets.
Oh, no secrets. We just didn't know each other well enough. We didn't have, it wasn't that I would hold back, but we didn't even talk about it.
I think that's how a lot of relationships go. I think a lot of people find a handful of things they like about that other person, and they focus on those things. And that's why a lot of times later people like you change, or they feel like you didn't know that person. It's because I never did the work to continue to delve into who. And so, a lot of times people like, I don't want to waste my time, but they don't realize that their strategy and their approach to some degree to waste time, because we stick with this representative and we try to keep that going for as long as possible, and we try to live up to other people's expectations. But a lot of times you tell somebody the truth, I think that they will embrace it or can embrace it, but they a lot of times often do, actually. The person will say, I'm not looking for that, and you tell them, well, truth be told, I've gone down that road before, and then they still end up dating you anyway.
I didn't know my ex-wife couldn't read until 2.5 years in my wedding.
Lord have mercy.
You know what?
I do.
You tell me this is comedy.
Like straight up dog series.
I swear to God, I didn't know she could not. She could read, but it was very bad. And
Hold on a second.
Because it's like you never asked them to read something out.
Right, she said, I'll read the card later,
so
baby.
she was able to articulate in conversation. She just phonetically cannot read.
Like, we was playing Monopoly, and like she got like a chance card, and I never seen a person take so long to read it. I was like, go to Illinois Avenue.
It was like Harlem Nights with the boxer.
I was just like, it was from my family.
Ready?
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Did that still click in that she couldn't read, or you just think she's like drank too much or something?
Maybe she was afraid to read.
Was that like a no-go for you then at that point?
At that point, I was like, I'm dressing up with certain stuff like bills.
Oh, Lord.
It's so hard to make sense and a lot of like mistakes. So.
Is that fun?
But it's like, do you ask people?
Well, I only hang out with people that are
right.
Can you be articulate and not be able to read?
You can certainly be articulate and not be able to read. Absolutely.
I don't mean to. Hopefully, I am not offending anyone.
I'm not trying to be offensive at all.
Not is that my intention. I really didn't know whether you
my
could.
My ex is offended right now for not.
I'm offended for her. Why you gotta tell? They know I'm Jay Davis' ex, and now you have just told them I can't read past the 3rd grade level.
Maybe it'll be healing for her, and she'll go to Sylvan.
I hope
yes.
So. I pray she's not watching this.
I pray she's reading the book right now and not watching this.
So TP does not stand for Think Positive any longer.
Hey, Rosetta Stone is still out there. Like, do your thing.
I'm so glad you shared that. All jokes aside, that is a great example of how you really don't realize because I don't ask people how well they read or things of that nature. And you ask about education, but I know some people paid their way through school and got a degree and don't know.
So like you don't
about it.
discuss books and
Now I do.
and poetry
Like,
and
I ask
things
people,
like that. Like
Check this out, Nick.
Like, what's the last book you read?
I have the Audible app on my phone, so you can listen to. It's 2017. You
Well,
can
that's-
listen to books
Audio
and tell
books,
you
too.
all about, tell you all about a book that they never actually read themselves. And so, there's just so many dynamics to
Wow.
a person.
Yep.
I legit cannot imagine.
And that's like a big,
Wow.
it's like, that's something big in a relationship. A person can't read.
Absolutely. I
Like
wonder.
you guys wouldn't sit up in bed at night and read the newspaper or
Who does
like,
that? No,
Be honest,
I
I have
on a Sunday
had
morning
one person
and
who couldn't
discuss,
read
like,
or
what's going
didn't
on
read
in the
well.
world.
That was my fault. Nope, we didn't.
I mean, I don't know about fault. When I think about my
think it's a
woman
fault.
laying in the
So
bed,
I gotta
reading
add
a book,
reading
it's
to.
not-
I have to add
Right.
reading to my list of
That's
things.
not how-
You got
apparently,
my list of
because
things
I
to
thought
do.
that was a given.
You were getting,
I think love overtakes caring about certain things. I know it sounds
yeah, certain
crazy,
things, sure.
but I think if you like start to have feelings for them, you start to overlook and kind of be okay with a lot of stupid shortcomings. I mean, not stupid, but big shortcomings.
Or you just assume. I just assume.
I just assumed you could read.
I'm
Like,
42.
she had a
I never
job
laid in
and
bed
everything.
and read a book. Bought books and agreed to read it and talk about it later, but we didn't read it together.
Oh, you should try it. It's fun. Read erotica with your partner and
Teach me.
Okay.
Teach
I mean, if you had to pick something
Try,
to
you
read,
might
that
like
would be
it.
something to read.
Well, we gonna make a book. We ain't talking about
Make a
reading
book,
no book.
then
We
make a
gonna
movie.
create
There
a
you go.
chapter for somebody
That's
to
another
write.
topic.
Okay, so
Yes.
Tony Brand said, "I'm friend." Like, what is when you say should friends become lovers? What is the status of that person you consider to be friend, or what does that definition look like?
A developed relationship where there's some type of rapport. So I don't want to put friendship in a box, but you develop something where there's some level of rapport and comfortability and trust in that relationship. And it's if it's a standalone friendship, then there is no romantic component.
You want to go? Okay. Friendship. A friend. I thought about this. A friend for me. I legitimately I can count the number of friends I have on both hands. For me, it's someone who knows my fears, who knows me intimately, emotionally. Someone who I would be willing to give my life for, and I know that they would do the same and feed me spiritually. And someone who I know that I can call on in a bind, and they will legitimately be there regardless of what's happening. That's a friend. Now, a lot of us have associates and people that we're cool with and that sort of thing. Those to me are not friends. So I do put friendship in a box, which is kind of a little different.
Okay.
Just because I like to be able to know these are the people that I can count on, because I don't have time to be trying to figure it out. I like to know these are my people here, this category. These are my sorority sisters here. These are my associates. This is family. That's how I choose to box things.
Okay, so there's no levels to friendship in your
So these 5,000 people on Facebook not really my friends.
No, ma'am.
No.
But that's a good point, because social media, see, the thing is that I think is fascinating with a completely different topic. What's interesting is that a lot of times what I see is people will say, people that I really don't know are more supportive of me on social media per se than my real friends. And that's really, that's cool that you're getting that support, but that's like a really sad perspective. Like, if you can't have that in your physical space and you have to have this universe of people outside in social media to be your support network, and people really depend on that, which I think speaks to our physical disconnect with each other, which is a whole other topic. So we'll get back to what's the definition of a friend?
What's the definition of
Think positive.
Somebody's there for you through thick and thin, never judge you. They'll tell you what you need to hear. And everyone knows that you are just friends. Even your mother. Your mother will tell you, like, that girl like you or that guy like you. Your mother will know, oh, that's just his friend. So that's just like, no, it's a clear cut that you're friends. That's right.
Well, I have a female friend that matches that definition. Well, with Nikki, no, not at all. But I can't call her and say I have a flat tire, come get me. She's married. It's a different dynamic. But we can be honest, and we know we just friends and all those things. But so levels to the friendship, and I don't believe there's levels because she don't care, or if certain
But
things were
why
different.
wouldn't you call her just because she's married?
Respect
Or because
to her
she's
marriage.
because she's a woman and
Exactly.
can't change her tire? Like,
Both.
is it?
I guess. I mean, not come change my tire, but just come get me. You know, she has
I think her husband would be like, your friend wants you to come. Where's his woman?
That's a whole nother. I wanted to go back to what we talked about. Like, and my friend, who is my friend Corliss, hi sweetie. She had asked the question earlier. So, what happens when you're in a relationship? How do your outside friendships then impact that? And that's kind of like what you're saying. Like, her marriage really impacts the level of friendship that you put her on. And I think that when you're legitimately friends with someone, I think you do have to have a respectful space of their relationship.
Especially when it's the opposite sex.
Yeah, absolutely. You do have to have a respectful space.
Yeah.
I think I appreciate that.
Says that a friendship is a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations.
And see, I think you can be friends and have sex. That's probably really good sex because you get
women are emotional. So how do you not bring the emotion of a woman? Guys can be emotional too, but
don't judge me. I'm just saying.
No judgment.
I'm being transparent.
Dub Nation, what do you think about that definition of friendship based on when you said how do you define based on our definitions of friends? I kind of agree with you, Nikki, that I have definitely compartmental friends. I have friends I've been with since 4th grade, 8th grade, high school. They know everything, every birth, every marriage, the divorce,
everything.
They know everything and have been there every step of the way of my life, graduation, everything. So I sometimes feel odd that if I meet somebody new and start calling that person my friend because now I'm in a relationship with him that is supposed to be equal, and I got 40 years with you and 1 with you. I mean, what does that happen? How does that happen? I mean, you feel like this person knows everything. You know what I could tell you in a year. So what makes that?
I mean, no, I would say to that, I would say like that's nothing to be like. That's giving respect to the person that you've known forever, and I think you should be cautious to use the term friend, just like I think we should be cautious using the term love. That's another topic. I mean, we should just be cautious with the terms that we use with people. Or this person that I'm cool with, or it's person that I kick it with. But you know, if you're, I think it's okay to be cautious using that term.
We're moving towards friends.
Right, we're moving toward the friendship or anything like that is perfectly fine. But like if I just met someone, I wouldn't expect them to say she's my friend. Like, what? You don't really know, like you don't know me.
Don't you feel like
that.
almost with people who really do claim friendship with you and you go, we don't really, I don't know your last name.
Yeah,
I only know it from Facebook.
I get that on Facebook. Like I text somebody and like, oh, happy birthday. I saw on Facebook. Oh, I'm like, it's not that deep, man. It's Facebook. Like if we weren't friends on Facebook, you wouldn't get this text, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks for remembering.
I got a notification. That's the only reason.
You're being friendly. The social media allows us to be more friendly, and that's fine.
Brand says that sounds good to me. Yeah, we did a good job of defining it. And the thing is, we all have different ideas of friendship, and that's so true. There are some people who have friends, they meet you, and you are best friends, and then they will call you best friend, and you go, oh, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know if I feel that way. But everybody, based on what they, I guess, believe or feel, has their own definition of friends. But then that comes into play when we talk about can friends become lovers or friends become relationships, because what is that definition of friends for them?
There are friends that I have that it took years for us to become close, and there are some people who was like we were like soulmate friends where the closeness came quicker. I don't know.
Oh, I like that soulmate friends. That's cool.
But yeah, your friends, you can have friends that are soulmates where just the relate and the connection and the bond is so strong that
Have you ever had to separate those friends? Because it's like I can't invite him because I'm inviting this person, and it might scare this person. You got those friends.
You can't bring them all together.
Yeah, some friends
Sometimes
can't be around. I got some friends I can't take out.
Males do that too.
That you can't. You're saying, that they just don't act right?
They're crazy. Yeah, and they're great people. I love them, but they're mentally crazy, and I can't take them outside. But I talk to them all the time.
Where you have closeted friends?
They hit me up like, hey man, hey, I heard you at a party. Yep, I did.
Like, yep, I did.
They call me like, you know
what is their value in your life?
They are they're supportive, and it's like that. But it's
they'll hide the body.
Like, bro, you're gonna fight.
Yes,
you're gonna fight. Like you always fight. Like, no, I'm not going out with you.
Oh, you got turn up friends.
Exactly.
Turn up.
Yeah.
So we have I guess we all have these compartments of friends, the turn up friends who you can't.
You gotta be a turn
fight,
up if you my friend. You gotta turn up.
You gotta turn up.
All
All your friends,
all your friends, killers,
for
and
me.
they window
I'm
busters.
turn up for you. You
all
can
your
turn up for
friends
me.
is window busters and tires, tire slashes if need be. If
Guys,
need
I'm
be,
totally
they'll do that
joking.
mission with you.
We're not like that.
Now, I got some friends who I wouldn't take on a mission with me, and some other friends who I would take on a mission with me.
JB3 said that friends with benefits is fake.
He said that'll never happen. He was for real. Did you have a bad experience with that, John? What happened?
Sorry, did you take your penicillin? Sir?
No, I wouldn't say
The benefits
that.
wasn't as good as you thought it was. That's what
A lot of friends with
about
benefits.
that.
A lot of friends with benefits are fake because people are using that friendship term loosely. What they mean by friend with benefits is that I don't want to be in a relationship with this person, and necessarily they don't want to be in a relationship with me. They don't necessarily mean that they're really friends.
That's a good point.
And a phrase. But you can be friends with somebody and not have a romantic relationship with somebody else and sleep with that person and still be genuinely.
I concur.
I disagree totally.
With what you just said.
Absolutely.
I agree too that you do have some friends who are very always supportive of you, always there, almost more than even your own family, the ones that always have your back, and so that could be. But then, do you cross the line? Then do you have them in a place of friendship and you don't want to break that bond? Why do we become afraid of friendship? Why can't you take it to the next level of being? Why do we get so afraid of hurting our friendship by creating more?
Because we know that the dynamics change. And again, in romance, trust becomes an issue where in a lot of friendships, it's not an issue whatsoever. I got female friends that could tell me they slept with the whole Bears football team yesterday. It won't. They haven't. They haven't. But I'm just saying it won't change my trust for them because I don't expect them not to sleep. That's not what our friendship is based on, who they sleep with or don't sleep with. So it would not change the dynamics of our friendship at all. Of course, I'm being extreme by saying the whole.
But that makes sense. I mean, I think it really is.
But if you have a romantic relationship and she say she did that 10 years ago, I'm gonna be like.
Even the kicker?
Even the bench warmers? The whole team?
And
on
the
bench injured?
The kicker. But I think that's a lot of times when people have a romantic relationship and they do have a friendship, I think that can be why sometimes that romantic relationship is stronger than ones that don't, because there's another layer. I might be a cheater sometimes, but he like, this is my friend. I can't do my friend like that. So it's just another layer of love, another dynamic of love, of caring, and another level of responsibility that you respect that enforces the relationship even more. So that's why relationships that have a friendship too have a more solid foundation to be on, because there's two dynamics that discourage you from being on BS or doing something to hurt that person.
I think you, from what you mentioned, also brings the thought to me that person you can share all that stuff with. So do you want to ruin that now I can't share that? I won't be. I need this confidant in my life, and I don't want to risk losing the person that I can tell everything to. Why would I want to lose that?
And being in the situation where I had that happen, and then to have lost that, it's very traumatic. It's a very traumatic experience, knowing that you can't, because it didn't work out per se, knowing that you can't go back to where you are. You're literally mourning the death of someone. I'm not over it. Even now, it's very, very traumatic. So I don't necessarily advise it, but if you do, you need to be prepared to, if it doesn't work out, to mourn the death of that, because it will never
Especially
go back
if that's the only person you had that you could tell everything.
I agree totally. I'm over it now, but it took some years. It was like a death. I was going through a thing for a while. Like I'll say I bring up Cupcake a lot. I was bringing up this friend a lot. Like, man, she got a boyfriend and cut me off. Like, are you serious? But
we still hear about Cupcake.
These are the breaks. I'm gonna always squeeze my daughter in. Absolutely.
So you're listening to IntellectualRadio.com, the He Said, She Said show. We've been talking about friends becoming lovers. Why does that happen? Why shouldn't it happen? Why should we let it happen? So we've been talking about it from all different perspectives, and thank you all who are listening on IntellectualRadio.com, Spreaker, YouTube, iTunes, however you are listening today. And then, of course, my Facebook Live friends. So what Linda said, if you were true friends, you can get back to being friends after lines and the relationship did not work out. What do you think?
I would like for that to be true. But
why didn't it? What was obviously I don't know if Linda has had that experience. So why tell her why didn't it? Why for you guys were you not able to get back to that place of being friends? Why didn't you say, well, the relationship didn't work, but I still want
we're friends and we still care about each other, but that dynamic where every so often we could get together and just lay it all on the table for whatever reason.
It depends on how it ended too.
I think so too. Once you get hurt by somebody, who wants to go back and just talk to you about everything that happens to me? You hurt me.
Right. If it was something really, really bad, like I can't even trust this person. So like you're not the person.
No, the fallout was road. That became the fallout. You know, is that she felt like despite the friendship, we should be able to do that. And I kept saying, can you promise me that the honesty is still going to be the same? And I appreciate her honesty in saying, the friendship me and the relationship me are not exactly that. And with her laying that truth out on the table, I was like, well, it's not worth it to me.
Jamelia said, friends can be lovers. A friendship is a relationship. You're still accountable. There's a code of conduct. It's not a get out of being accountable card. Respect is expected. Communication is expected. Hopefully, you're lucky enough to have both a friendship and a romantic partnership and a significant other. And I swear that is exactly I know now that I would have to be friends with that person. I have to be able to have more than just paying the bills and being in a relationship and
right. That's just that's a business partner.
That was right.
And for some people that works.
Somebody to come home and say, how was your day? And to have someone to rely on to talk to is important to me now. It wasn't necessary. I didn't even know it was important to me in my 20s. But now it is, I think.
Tony said when it comes to women, most men, not all, are either dating or waiting. And I agree with him that that's true for a lot of people.
Really?
I'm a person who values friendship. Like, I really value friendship. Like what you were saying earlier, this person's been my friend for 40 years. And I like you a lot, but I've known you for 6 months. Am I going to diss my friend or push my friend to the side because you say so?
Oh, no.
The answer is no.
How
about that?
Happen.
Like, this person been here.
And why would they respect you for doing that anyway? That's just back-asswards.
Tony, wait a minute.
I can't even say that.
Back-asswards, work with me.
I know what it meant, but I can't say it. It's going to twist my tongue. That's
why I'm here.
I can't say that either. I'm not even going to say it. So
that's awkward.
I can't say it. So, okay, guys, Jay, tell me this. Is it really, when it comes to women, most men, not all, we know not all, are either dating or waiting? I don't think. Is that true? They're all waiting on the sidelines for something to happen, maybe, hopefully.
It's like, I look at it, it's like an accident, a car accident. You don't expect to get in a car accident. You don't leave your house expecting to get in a car accident, but if it happens, hey, it happens. So I don't expect to meet somebody that I connect with, but if it happens, it happens. So I'm not looking for it, but if it happens, it happens.
So essentially, you're saying, it's either dating or waiting. Yeah, you're waiting.
I mean, friendship is a good. Friendship is a good way for that man to find out what that woman likes, doesn't like, what's missing in her current relationship. You know, all of those types of things. And so, if a guy is smart enough and plays his cards right and really does pay attention, he probably can use that as an opening to get in.
Which is why I think it's dangerous to have a bunch of male friends if you're in a relationship. Because if you're with a bunch of male friends who are all waiting in the silence, they're not dating because they know you're dating someone else. So if these male friends are all waiting on the sidelines for you to mess up, and you're complaining to them every time he does mess up, and you're saying he's not listening to me, he doesn't talk to me, and now he really starts talking and really starts listening and starts being all those things that you're not getting at home.
Yeah.
You start to creep up on a problem.
That's true. I mean, relationships start at the water cooler, not, in the bedroom.
But I don't know if it's dangerous. If you don't want to do something, you don't want to do it. And if you do want to do something, then you'll just wait to get a good enough excuse to do that.
I agree.
I think if you're hungry for something in your relationship and someone's saying they can feed you, start.
You gonna
You're
get
starving. You're going to get fed because somebody's saying I have the food
I
for
take
you.
what people say with a grain of salt. I watch what people do.
Right, and that's
They're
true.
not gonna show you the food though. It's right here.
Some people's soulmate might be in a relationship right now. You never know.
I say that too.
Really?
You don't get
No.
yes. You don't. Let me tell you
Oh,
something.
so they can realize
That
how
man-
special you are.
That man who's dating you right now, he better handle his business because if he ain't the right one, he don't get to keep you just because he met you before me.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Because he beat you
Get out
to
the way. Get out the way, punk. Yeah, nah.
Yes.
The qualities you display
Amen.
will get a person,
that's
but it's the
true.
qualities you really possess that keeps a person. So nah, I don't. I'm not discouraged by anything. Let me just put it that way.
Right.
Nothing discourages me from my goals.
Okay.
Get it.
So, but I don't play that. I don't
True.
pretend to be a friend though. I don't. If I like you,
No,
I'm gonna
nobody
let
has
you
time for
know,
that.
and I'll tell you just
I'm
what
too
I just
old
said on
to
the
be
radio.
making
I'm too old
friends.
to do that too.
That guy, God bless him. He better go hard to keep you, because if he don't, man, party's over.
Yep.
I think there's truth to that. I think
That's fair in life. I mean,
It sounds-
how
it
many
is.
people meet somebody and they love them and they thought they were the world because they met them in 19 or 20? Yeah, you think they the world. You don't know nothing.
Right, you
been
don't know
nowhere. You haven't
anything at
seen
that point.
anything.
Right.
So a lot of times, people are with somebody just because they got there first. I met this person first, and then 10 years down the line, they've grown, they've experienced more life, and it's a whole different story. And they're just hanging on because of promises. They don't want to hurt a person, things of that nature. But that's the unfortunate circumstances of the society we live in. People are afraid to put their relationship to the test. I'm
Right.
not. Take
Nobody
mine
has
if
time
you
for no
better than me.
eternal promises
If
unless
somebody
you're talking
takes
about
my
God. Other than
girlfriend
that,
from me,
right.
they did me a favor because
Right.
I was wasting my time with a person
Absolutely.
who really wasn't for me.
Absolutely.
Truth be told, and that's okay. There may be some hurt involved. I don't want to act like I'm the man of steel in every situation, but ultimately, I'm going to appreciate that situation and move on. I'm going to get under
Appreciate it
somebody
for what it
else.
was and
Know
keep it
that.
moving.
But like I've seen it in inboxes, guys be like, I just want to be your friend. That girl be like, I got a man. Like, no, I just want to be your friend. Women never say that. I've never seen, well, I just want to be your friend. I'm not trying
Because
to.
that's not what we're trying to do.
But guys seem like we the only ones to say that.
That's true. I
wanna
recently
be your
that happened
friend.
to me where a
You're
guy
like-
was married and he said, "Well, we can't be friends." And I was like,
Like
"I'm
that's
married. Why
just
is it-"
bizarre to me.
But-
Like married men, like if someone sends me a friend request or whatever, and I don't know them, and they're like in a picture with a significant other, I'm like, why do you want to be my friend? Like
Right.
I don't understand.
You gonna
Like,
go hang out?
decline,
Right.
next.
Well, I understand why they want to be my friend because I think Facebook is more business for some people. It's not all just a man who sends me a friend request.
No, well, you're right.
So it could be different reasons.
Out of 10, how many you think?
Married people need friends too.
Not new friend. What
Not
you need
new
new friends
friends.
for unless you're trying to do a business venture or
Well,
something.
I agree with you
I
that
agree.
in most cases that man is on some nonsense. But at the same time, I had someone who I've never been married, but I had someone who became my friend, became a very good friend to me. And a year later, I just asked him, I said, when you first met me, if I had been married, would you have been my friend? And she said no. And I was like, dang, I really needed your friendship at the time that we became friends. I really needed what you brought to the table. And had I been married at that time, I never would have gotten that. And I think that's a shame. Like neither one of us had any ill intentions, but she was just like, you know how women are, and they read into stuff, and they, again, what y'all are saying right now, you married, you can't have no new friend, but that woman was a pastor and genuinely a friend, and I understand, but I think it's a shame at the same time.
I mean, I think that goes to just a whole nother kind of idea or concept of like if that person is able to give you something that your spouse isn't giving you, that seems like there may be some other issues at play.
Now, let me jump all over that.
I mean,
No
not
one person
suggesting
can
that
be
that doesn't-
everything to you. You can't be my wife, my brother, my sister, my pastor, my therapist, my watch the game buddy. You can't be everything. There are going to be some things that I have to get. And so I
Well,
think
it
people
depends
are
on what they are. Sex? No.
that's not what
I'm
we were
talking about
talking
what are
about.
those things
But, like,
that you
I'm
get
not
from
what we were talking
someone.
I'm saying, like,
what are the
if there
things?
shouldn't be.
Y'all just
what I'm-
admitted that you can't tell certain things to your romantic partner.
No, I didn't admit
Right.
that. I'm gonna tell you whatever.
You gonna tell everything.
I'm telling. If you can't
Okay,
hang, you can't hang.
you are unique.
I
tell
know.
us. Did you share
That's
that-
what my mom and daddy said. I
Did-
know.
Well,
you share that
I
college
think we
story
can't.
with
Some, some people can't because of the judgment. I think like some guys don't want to hear, and they're okay with telling you I don't even want to hear it. I think
ask
some
you
guys
for
are
advice
okay
about
with
you. Biased advice about you. You
That's
can't
true.
give me unbiased advice about you.
That's true.
Your advice.
As long as you're
Let
not
me-
like
what
trying
you
to be
said, Jay.
scammy with it.
Why is it that women don't go to guys and say, I just want to be your friend? Why do you think that doesn't turn around that
y'all
way?
don't have to. Y'all don't have to.
Because you're gonna be our friends anyway,
Right, we
no
don't-
matter what.
Y'all deflecting offers all day long. Y'all don't have to go after nobody.
You don't have to go the friendship route to
Right.
get them.
They get to make it.
Oh, is that sad? Is that good? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
Women
that.
are very forthcoming.
Right.
They get your inbox and they be like, "Are you married or are you in a relationship?" I'll be like, "We about to have a romantic. We about to have a romantic
Why
conversation."
you can't man get upset
you
about
have
that?
to
No, I don't get upset. I just ask.
I'm
Are we
asking,
about to
not
have a
you.
romantic-
I'm
Oh.
asking, why do men, not you,
Okay.
but why do some men get upset when you
Straightforward.
forward and ask that? They act like the first thing they'll say is, I didn't want anything with you. I was just asking you to dinner. And you're like, okay, but
They up to something. They
why
might be
do
up.
they do that?
I don't know, they might just be defensive. They might be up to something. They might be plotting, and then they did a abort mission real quick. Like, no, I don't want that. No.
I don't want it. She's on to me. She's
I just
on
want to take you to dinner.
You know my wife, don't you?
talking about.
Abort mission.
Abort.
So I try to automatically assume that they don't want anything from me. The inbox is sincerely what it is. I don't rush to say, oh, I got this, or I'm not, or I don't want to date you. Because it could just be, or am I wrong? Because what Tony Brandon said, everybody is either dating or waiting. So is it really all a ploy?
I let it pan out. If you get to second base and I find out you was phony, I can still throw you out at third. You know, to me, I'm not stuck with this. I can change my mind any day. I can change my. We can be friends today, and I can change my mind tomorrow. So I really don't.
Just like,
I don't worry about that. But I think I'm a pretty good friend. I see why people will want to be my friend. You know, I'm just being honest. I care about friends. I'm transparent. I try to give good advice. I'm honest. I'm genuine about it, and people need that. And I don't think it's abundant out there. I don't think there's an abundance of people that you can have a genuine with. And so when you find that person, I think you better value it. And I think you better hold on to it if you can.
I remember me and my ex, we had it was like an issue because she had male friends, and I didn't say anything. I didn't care. But I had female friends that I've known way before her, and that became an issue. And
After you got married or before the marriage?
Before the marriage, I had friends.
No, I'm saying, was it an issue before the marriage?
No, it was after we got married. That's when it became an issue.
Why did it become an issue after marriage?
I guess she'd expect them
She's the
to just
only
disappear.
friend.
Like, she's my only friend. But,
Wow.
and I was just like, I told her, like, your situation is worse. And she was like, why? I'm like, all right, hypothetically, say it's late at night. Out of your 10 male friends, if you call them and say, how many you think would say, I'll do it?
10.
She's 10. I'm like, I might get 3. And that's if it's tax time. I might get 3. So that's the difference.
Jay.
That is the difference.
How many dependents you got?
I get
how many write-offs?
But she's 10 for 10. She's not like, it's like, that's the difference.
I don't think every guy's waiting.
I never
Am
slipped
I
up and
wrong?
slept with
They're
a
not
friend.
going to turn down.
Am
Have
I
y'all
wrong?
slipped up and slept with a friend? I never slipped.
I never
and slept with
slipped,
a
but
friend.
would you turn it down? Just like, no.
If she asked you to.
It depends on
Yep, I would do her.
I just
not
told
her,
y'all a
her.
scenario where I refuse to go in any romantic direction with a woman because of how much I value the friendship. So it just depends on what friend is asking.
How she look. Yeah,
Oh, you can. So, do you consider
she look good.
having sex as a
She
romantic,
look good.
like going down?
I was
romantic
attracted to
path?
her. I just friendship more than I thought. Me maintaining a friendship with her was more beneficial to me than me seeing how good sex was.
So if she just
That
stripped
makes
naked.
sense.
She stripped naked in front of you, and it's still
No,
a
our
friendship.
friendship means everything.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about
You
that.
just let it just lie, just put your clothes
I
on.
see naked women all the time. That's no big deal.
Awesome.
Okay, so
What's your face for that? Hang out, man.
Hey, I got a lot of female friends, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm a good friend of that.
He spends them all.
My male friends be like, if y'all two, we gonna throw a party with all these women you cool with. I know, right?
okay, so you say that if you had the woman with 10 friends who they've only been friends, and then she gets in, her and her guy having troubles, and if she said, you know what, I don't want to be alone, I want to talk to you, 10 of them would say yes, but for the men, you'd get 3. The side chick, and I'm living my life, and I'm doing me just like guys do them. Don't you think the number is higher now?
It'll probably be higher. It'll be higher. A lot of people do a lot of things for less money. But I do. It might be like it won't be 10 for 10. I'm maybe 6.
I don't think a woman is 10 for 10. I'm wrong.
Ain't gonna be telling you. I mean, even if they were never thinking about it.
You woman know. Let's go back to y'all two
again, right? But most. You think I'm gonna be telling you no?
You think Eddie got?
That's because I value that friendship. I might got another friend who I don't value the relationship the same way, and I might would say absolutely if they put that thought into my head.
Right. Can't there be a guy out there who says, you know what, you just upset right now, you mad at him? Sure. Don't sleep on it. No, I'm not gonna do that with you. Go do it.
Where they do that? I've told a woman, you better not leave your husband. Are you crazy? Like, this is a moment you're having. Do not do that.
See, I think I'd have friends like that. I have.
You post it on Facebook and see what kind of response you get. One.
Ask about me or in general?
About you. Just like, hey, any guys bored on a Sunday?
What's up? You bored on a Sunday? What's up?
Your messenger will explode.
No, I think I have friends that would say, you know, you don't want to do that. That you have a good man, you shouldn't do that to him. I think.
You think?
I would have people who would say something like that.
I think my friend is making a mistake. I'm not going to encourage them to make a mistake.
No, absolutely not. That's true.
Just to have sex with them. Because then you're my real friend. Then I got 10 people who aren't real friends. If they're really going to just sleep with me.
Involved, it's kids involved, it's all type of people involved. I'm not going to willy-nilly tell you, yeah, go do that.
I have real friends.
You said, what if you're drunk? That's a good. I'm glad you brought that up because I just had a conversation. Alcohol has never made me sleep with anybody that I didn't want to sleep with.
Yeah, that just gives you an excuse. You know completely well.
I don't know what it does to other people because alcohol may affect you differently than it affects me, but it doesn't make me. It'll make me horny, but it ain't gonna make me do it with you. And I ain't gonna do it with you before I had this drink. No, I'm gonna go find somebody I do want to have sex with and go do it with.
I hate when people I was drunk. I'm like, you knew what you said.
Yeah, that I was drunk thinking.
So the drunk is an excuse when people say, "Oh, it just happened. I was drunk." They're using that.
Yeah, they're using it as an excuse. Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, that's the consensus. Men and women are that happens. You're listening to IntellectualRadio.com. The He Says, She Says show. We've been talking about friends with benefits, and thank you everyone who's listening on all our different platforms. I appreciate you. Our Facebook friends are chiming in here, and so. The friend zone. I'd like to talk about, so friend zones don't ever come out to be lovers. When the person, is the friend zone optional to take out? And someone told me women are only friend zoning people for later just in case. Friend zone.
I had a woman tell me she would, I told her all my truths, and so she was like, I would never date you. And then later.
And then later that night.
No, not later that night. Certainly not. She was smarter than that. But a year later, we were dating. So sometimes the friend zone is for that, and other times it's really a friend zone. She ain't attracted to you. She don't want you like that, bruh, and it don't matter what you could become. And you ain't gonna get out that friend zone.
The friend zone. Let's see. I don't think I've ever.
Never put them in the
like officially said, hey, you're in the friend zone, buddy. You never did that.
I don't think anybody tells anybody officially you're in the friend zone.
Or you said like, I can't see us being anything other than
you never looked at a dude like, I'm never sleeping with him no matter what.
Yes, but then they're usually not friends
either. Right? Say something about Wanda's friends.
So Wanda, are you saying in the back of your mind, you're always like,
just in case.
No, did I say that? I don't know. I don't.
You backed into it, but you did say it. You didn't
wait, what did I say?
You said if I put them in if I look at them and I know I'm never going to sleep with them, we normally don't become friends. So
yeah, what am I doing? I don't need them for friends.
You're gonna give you as a friend. That's what you gonna use them
You're
for?
like, yeah, so what do I need you for? If I can't have sex with you, I don't need
We
you, buddy.
just
You're
got
not a
some
friend.
truth out of Wanda.
No, they're either friends, and I'm not
Tony
thinking
said you living in a
Friends,
dream
friends.
world.
Yeah, these dudes is
And
I
thirsty.
read that and I didn't read that out loud.
You
I
like-
said Wanda's living in a
What-
dream
what
world, and I
dream
didn't read
world?
that out loud. Thank you, and y'all too.
Very,
What dream world is
He
this?
said these dudes is thirsty. That dudes don't want
who's
to sleep with
thirsty?
you. Like dudes, just general, and dudes are thirsty.
Oh.
I don't think dudes are thirsty. I think some men don't want to sleep with every woman.
No, nobody wants to sleep with every woman, but you're not every woman.
Let's change the subject.
You want to talk about
I like my
anymore?
dream world. It's beautiful, and there's unicorns,
Nice.
Like no
flying
guys wants to
around,
sleep
and
with you. Right.
and cotton candy and funnel cake.
All your
In my
friends are
world.
just friends. That's
And
it.
whipped cream.
All of my
Yes.
male friends only want to be my friends.
Yeah, okay.
They're not waiting in those sidelines, dating me. They're in their own worlds, doing their
I
own
think if
thing.
they're madly in love with somebody else, that may be true.
Yes.
I think if they're not madly in love with
It's
somebody
always an
else,
option.
No. So
if it ain't on the table, it's under the table. Trust
I
me.
know that's a nasty way to live. Always
No,
keeping
not that they're
people
just
back.
doing-
Being judgmental right now.
Yes.
No.
I don't
No.
Keeping there's nothing wrong with that man keeping his options open.
Yeah.
We're not saying he's being your friend with the secret design of hopefully 10 years he can ninja his way into your panties one day. We're just saying that
Awesome ninja.
if he's not in love with somebody else, then that still could be a possibility at some point.
But then I feel like I would be using someone's friendship, knew that was happening, and didn't do or say something. I wouldn't want to feel like I'm using someone's friend or misleading someone. So as long as that's only in their head, because it's not in mine, but I would hate to, I wouldn't want
Conscious
to
would be
feel,
eating you.
my conscience would feel, I would feel badly if I felt like I had friends who knew they liked me and I didn't, and I don't think I have friends like that. You all looking at me like, poor thing.
Beautiful world you're living in.
Bless your heart.
With
Bless your heart.
unicorns and rainbows and happy faces.
Bless your heart.
Thank you. I'm going back to my unicorns and funnel cake and all
Hey,
things that make
Stan. Oh,
me
my
happy.
Stan.
No thirsty dudes.
No thirsty dudes in my little world.
In your little box.
Just real friends who are looking for their soulmate, and they're out looking for the perfect one for
Even
them.
though they might be right in front of them, named Wanda.
That's not happening.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they would tell me. All the ones
Maybe
that
they're
are
afraid.
thinking
They're
that
probably
would
watching right
tell
now.
me.
They're like,
I'm not saying nothing.
They're like, I'm so
No.
glad that Wanda
so
thinks
glad I
that I'm
didn't tell.
innocent.
Right.
Exactly right.
Should never know.
No, that does. No, that
I
doesn't
got a whole
sound right.
collection of your pictures in his
I'm
phone
just
right
gonna
now.
stand by her window and watch at night.
No, okay. So do women do this?
Sorry, I don't want you to go.
So now you're making me
She's gonna be
think of our
she's
Facebook
gonna be looking
friend
in her
yesterday.
closet like, make sure no one's there.
Somebody.
No, I'm
Do
just
women
saying.
do this? Do women do that? Are women all waiting on the sidelines for that guy and becoming his friend when they know they're waiting? Are women waiting in the sidelines?
Not as many
Either
as
dating or
guys.
waiting?
If they are, it's not as
I think
nowhere
so.
near as guys.
Absolutely.
I think
do it
so.
too.
Absolutely.
The
I
same
don't
one.
wanna-
I think as a woman, I'm always open to the option. So therefore, yeah.
With your male friends.
My male friends are all married. No, the ones that I consider friends. So that would never be an option. I don't believe in extramarital affairs. But if
Bless your heart.
yes, but associates. I'm going to use associates because I don't use the friend term in that case. So like associates, yeah. If I'm trying to get to know you as a guy at this point in my life, like that means there's some type of attraction or I'm interested in something from you. So
Look,
Jay is like,
Like, I
Look
have
at Jay.
to,
We like.
like if I'm trying to get to know you, like I'm legit doing it for a reason.
Y'all seen that Stevie J smile
I'm
when he
just-
rubs his head?
Like there's something
What does
that
that
I
mean when you
want,
need it?
like, or else, like, why would I waste my time? Like, I just don't have time to waste. So, like, if I'm trying to get to know you, like at this point, then
Friendship
like,
is
what's
a
up?
new friend is a waste of time.
Yeah, I don't need any more friends.
Really? I think life is all about new experiences, learning new things,
I mean, I
and
concur.
the keys and the door to all new experiences and new things is through other people.
I absolutely
So-
agree with you, and I want to experience some new things with another person.
I hope I get
I
married
think
one
ours
day,
is
but,
a
a different
but
type
while
of new
I'm
thing.
not,
You on Facebook?
don't look me in my eyes like that.
I'm just
the way you just
I'm
did.
just
Don't
telling you.
don't stare into my soul
I'm
like
just
that.
telling you.
No,
I'm trying to be
I think
transparent.
Nikki said that she also kind of compartmentalizes friendships. So you are there. she only uses friends for those real significant ones.
Right.
But aren't there another level in between associates and friends? It seems like a drastic fall off.
No,
you're either a friend or you're
I need clarity. I need clarity.
If you're a friend, okay, so I have friends, right? My 10 friends over here. And then I have, like, you know, associates, people that maybe that I work with or that I'm cool with. We kick it from time to time, da-da-da-da. Or I might have a box over here where I'm going to keep these men over here because I may be interested in them and I maybe want to see where it's going. You know, that's a possibility. That's a different box.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm clear.
I don't have like multiple
if you
men in
don't
the box,
have
so
any
that's
previous friendship
gross.
or relationship with a guy,
Say what now?
if you have never had a previous friendship or relationship with a guy,
Mhm.
and he finds you in his inbox,
Mm-hmm.
that means
No, I'm not gonna be in nobody inbox though.
nobody.
No. Well, I'm old fashioned in that respect.
Okay, so if you
You need to approach me first. Period.
okay, there it is.
Now, if you approach me, then we can go back and forth in the inbox. But like,
Okay.
no, don't send me
I
no
base
inbox.
my friend. You're my friend if I save your number in my phone.
Wow.
If
I
you-
kind of feel the same way. There are
If
people
I,
that I
if
don't
I
put
take
their
time
name
to
in.
save your number, that means you my friend. There's a lot of people like, who is this again?
And no, there's too many people
Wow.
calling. I ain't gonna know whose phone to call to ignore if I don't put that name in there. I'm gonna put that name in there. So I know. Don't answer that.
Jay, I'm kind of the same way. If they haven't reached that level, they'll
The
call
name.
and I go, "Who is this again?" Until then, I go see you're somebody I need to save your number. Reach the save
Say your
To
number.
save the number level.
category.
You're on
Like-
this category. You're
I
trying to get here.
really may hear from you more than one.
And that's
time.
like the most hurtful thing ever. You text somebody and they say, "Who is this?" You like,
Does that hurt?
I just
do that
died
so
a little
often.
bit.
You just got a little bit on
I
the
just
inside.
died.
Like, how do you
Like,
not
nobody-
know it's me?
Like, this
TP?
is somebody that's about to jump off a building. Talk to you later.
No, it depends on their reply after that. You say this is in Yatu, and they'd be like, oh. Or they'd be like, hey! They'd be like, right, that's right. My number there, what you doing? They start telling you story. I just got a new phone.
I hate that.
And Yatu, I promise you, it wasn't.
I lost my contact.
Oh,
There you go.
It happened. It happened to me. My phone didn't stay. I had to get some.
So when a male friend takes a wife, Tony Brand says, shouldn't the female friend back off that friendship and let them live in peace? Kind of what Nikki was saying. There is not one woman in this world that is comfortable with her hubby sharing with another woman. She may accept it, but she don't like it.
I don't
That's not
think
true.
back off. I mean, like disappear forever. Because it should, like you said, there should be boundaries. It should be like a curfew. Because my brother-in-law has a female friend, and they've known her since college.
Don't say that.
And
Jay. Don't say that on the show. Don't say curfew on the show. You're gonna mess my thing up. Don't do that. No, I'm
But
kidding. Go ahead.
they go out, like he'll take her out to a concert, and or she'll take him out to a concert. That's just, they've known each other for like 20 years. The concert didn't start till midnight, and he didn't get home until 3 in the morning.
With his friend?
With his friend. It was a situation. It was a situation.
Situation
So
like
like that whole 20-year friendship thing went out the window.
Yeah, that friend is old.
No, I'm gonna
No.
say this though. Y'all understand this. My real woman friends are on my. If I have a girlfriend, they're on their side. They're keeping me sane. They're saying,
Right.
"Yatu,
Exactly.
you my boy. I love you." But why did you say that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so,
Right.
truth be told, that same woman who don't want you talking to that person, you better be glad I'm
That's
talking
right.
to that person
I agree
because they
with that.
keeping me sane.
I agree.
As it helped giving me a woman perspective of why, what I said or what I did, was a mistake. And you need that because sometimes I'm oblivious. I'm a man. I think like a man. I don't.
Well, you've been listening to the He Said, She Said show on IntellectualRadio.com. And so I wanted to throw in there some how to tell if this person you are with should be more than just a friend, or how you can tell if that person that you're friends with actually you may have more feelings for. So they said that if you daydream about that person more than just a friend, if you think about them, if you're mad jealous when after a while, if they start telling you about some other male or female and you go, you did what? Oh, so maybe
I don't wanna hear that.
Or you're mad because you're like, well, what about me?
what about
Okay,
me? I do that with you. And then you're heading into we maybe could be lovers instead of just friends. It said you're starting to see them differently, more as a friend, see them in a different light when you look at them, that you see something more than what you saw before. You want to make out with them when you see them. Now all of a sudden you're looking at them
Without
like,
the
I want my
Hennessy,
tongue
right.
down your throat. You went from you want to sleep with them. Before you weren't even thinking about anything romantic with them. You just had that friendship. That you're starting to have butterflies when they come around.
Aw, butterflies.
And then
They're
I
so
guess
precious.
you just was friends, and now you're like, oh, he's coming. Let me get in my hair, put on my lip
Put on some
gloss,
mascara.
put on some mascara. You think about them differently than you used to think about them. So before you thought about him this way, and now there's warm and fuzzy. You started to accidentally touch them, it said, that you accidentally, I guess, lay your hand on it, and touching, where you weren't touching before. That doesn't sound good, Jay. You're not saying that. I don't know what your face means, Jay Davis. Put that in the movie.
Like, oops.
I don't believe in accidents.
Where those come from?
It's called a Freudian slip. Teach y'all some new terminology. Freudian slip. That's what you really wanted to do in your subconscious. You
always
touch those boobies.
I didn't mean to touch.
I'm sorry.
It says that you start texting up a storm. You're texting them good morning, good night. You're starting to add more text into your daily relationship with them. Changes in certain ways. So now you're spending more time with them than you were before. You now start to think about them and go, let's do this together. Now the time you used to spend together, they used to spend with other people, now you're spending it together. Time they're coming up in conversation. Yes, Nikki did this, and when Nikki and I went here, and I can tell when someone is starting to like someone because they always bring them up. Yep. They always, and ladies, I'm gonna tell you this for side chick little warnings, they always mention their name. At some point in time they do. Sorry, that's a whole nother thing, but her name will come up some way. So-and-so was telling me.
I've been properly trained. They always be like, why you ain't saying no names? Right. I don't want to hear it.
They drop their name, but it'll never be in any kind. It'll just be in a friendship. They're the one who told them something. They're the person who shared some information with them. So anyway, that's another thing.
Liking all their pictures on Instagram.
And
from 33 weeks ago, like, geez.
Right, 33 weeks ago.
That's a whole other topic.
I like to be encouraging for my friend. I like to support. So almost anything they post, we gonna like it.
Yes, I do agree. They start to call you something sweet, and all of a sudden you would just, hey, my homie, and now, hey, boo.
Hey, boo.
Homie changed the boo.
Hey, love, my family.
So I'm
like, I got the juice. Like,
thank you guys for a great show. Happy birthday, and y'all too tomorrow.
Thank you so much, everybody.
My right hand man to my left. I hope you have a great birthday. And then Jay Davis, what you got going on? You always got something.
I got nothing going on. I just nothing.
Check these movies.
Go on notanotherBlackMovie.com or jdavisfilms.com to check out some of my movies. Buy some of them.
For your show.
I'm half drunk. Look. The Jay Davis Show.
That's an excuse. No.
It's a holiday weekend, baby. Know that.
Every Jay Davis Show every Saturday from 3:30 to 5:30. Just visit thejdavishow.com.
All right, Nikki, how can they reach you?
I'm on Instagram, Tootsie Roll 95.
Tootsie
Roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Find out the meaning behind that.
And I'm on Facebook, Nicole Nikki.
So thank you guys. We appreciate you for listening to the He Said, She Said show with me, Wanda B, and my team here in Yatu, Jay and Nikki today, and Valenci and Nemia and all the ones who's not here. We want you to come out July 19th. We're going to have He Said, She Said live, where we do the same things we do here, but all fun, drinks, games.
I will be there if you're looking for me. Please show on
We're
up.
still working on the twist with oil, but we have
a good time. That's at room 183, 4167 West 183rd Street in Country Club Hills. We'd love to have you come out. That's July 19th. It's free. Come out and have some fun with us. Morte Cosmetics, who brings me the beautiful lipsticks that I wear here on the show. That's mortecosmetics.com, MAURTE cosmetics.com. Check them out. Also, Black Pages International, they are going to be doing, so if you have a business that you'd like to be displayed in Black Pages International, give me a call, reach me on Facebook, Wanda B, or 312-860-9577. We can talk about you there. And then Soul Smash Chicago, which will be coming up with Bab Savage. We're about to listen to the sounds. Babs is going to take us out. That's August 19th at Harold Washington Cultural Center, and you can go to babsavage.com and get tickets. But please come back next time, 2 o'clock, the same place, same right here on IntellectualRadio.com, and listen to the He Said, She Said show. I'll see you next week, 2 o'clock.
With sweet thoughts of you dancing in my brain, I can never get enough. Oh yeah, hot apple pie. I'm your ice cream. Let me melt for you.